What is going on, Adventure Nation? In this episode, we take to the skies once again to check out Denali National Park, and then we spend a very long time on a bus. This is the Motorhome Experiment. Good morning, everybody.
Chilly outside.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly, but not too bad. I want to talk to you guys about this boondocking spot that is just outside of Denali. If we go to the sun, then I'm not going to be able to see, but you will be able to because she's smart and wears her glasses.
Yeah, some of us don't like to wear glasses.
Yeah, I don't like to wear sunglasses. You know, sunglasses, safety vests, helmets.
Yeah, it's all the same
all the same thing. So anyways, we are just outside of Denali National Park. I just like poking you guys. Denali National Park, and we've got this incredible boondocking spot that I think might be an area in the wintertime that they push snow out here or they keep gravel and stuff like that. But it's an absolutely huge opening here.
Except for that platform, truck platform.
Well, yeah, don't just
it's
ignore
on the way,
that.
So let's just show more like the nature part of it.
Yeah, look at how beautiful this is over here. Yeah, that can happen when you just pull off the road somewhere. Is you can always have a little bit of weirdness, but it's a free overnight spot right outside of Denali.
And this is not like the only area. It's like there's like a lot of little like not isolated areas, like their own little areas all around here where a lot of RVers and tenters were here last night. So you feel by yourself.
Yeah, there's an area down here that's like almost like a roundabout up on the hill. Actually, there was parking up there and there was cars up on the hill last night. But there was probably a half a dozen vehicles in here all total, and there's room for 50. Mm-hmm. The other really cool and even more badass thing about this site was
we got to see the auroras finally.
We got to see the auroras. When we came out, we looked to the north sky and we were like, oh, no auroras.
Oh,
and
we
then
were looking at the stars. The stars were amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, they were so clear in so many of them.
And then the north sky where we're supposed to look, we were looking up there and we're like, eh. And then Lori kind of just looks out just over the trailer here and it's this brightly lit green sky. And I immediately thought, well, there's a power plant over there. It's got to be the power plant. But then as we looked at it more and more, you could see that it was moving slightly and then it would change and it would move from that part of the sky over to the other part of the sky. But at first it was this super, super bright green auroras. Did I capture any of it on camera? No, of course not, because I don't know how to use a camera. But it was amazing. And then throughout the night, we'd pop out every now and then. And it would move in the sky to the north sky and then kind of further to the northeast again. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, I even tried to catch them with my phone, but now couldn't do it.
Yeah, not the best. You need to know what you're doing to be able to shoot night skies, aurora, stars, and things like that. So something that we probably will check and test in the next few days and then get back to you guys on that. But today, finally, after we've waited here an extra 3 days in Denali, we think today is going to be a special day. So you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Let's go do it. Because we boondocked outside of the park last night, we're parked today in RV parking. They have great RV parking here.
Super long. At
the Denali National Park. Yeah, very long sites, and they've got probably 2 to 3 dozen of them. And then a bunch of smaller parking for Class C's and truck campers and stuff, which people don't seem to be using. But they do have plenty of parking here for RVs. So if you've got an RV and you want to come visit the park, but you're not staying here, you can just roll up into the parking lot here and you've got plenty to see and do right from the visitor center.
Yeah, because here you can take all the shuttle buses to the different hikes that you would like to do. So that's a way to do it, I guess.
And activities like the one we're doing today.
Yes. What is it, Paul?
What is it, Lori? Okay, Lorena, so we are flying today with Kantishna Air.
Yeah, you didn't know that. You just find out that we're flying out.
Yeah.
So there's two ways you can do actually Denali, the road. You can take the bus all the way in and out. That's 12 hours all the way. Or you can fly and then bus back.
Yeah. So I didn't want to spend 12 hours on a bus.
I didn't want to spend 12 hours with him
On
complaining
a bus.
about it in a bus.
So this should be cool. We'll get to see Denali from a different perspective. We saw it from the south side. Now we'll get to see it from the north side.
Yeah.
And we have arrived here at Kantishna. What do you think?
Did it safe.
Yeah, it
Oh
was a
my
great
God.
flight, wasn't it?
It was an amazing and happened to be an amazing day. We waited for this basically.
Yeah.
All these days that we were waiting for something, it was for this, to have a great weather day. And we got to see the mountain, we got to see Denali with a tiny little bit of cloud on top, but we still did.
Yep. Once you land at the airport, we take shuttles up to the lodge, and we're doing that now. This is actually a rougher ride than the airplane.
Buddy.
Anywhere you'd like and have lunch, and feel free to go out on the balcony there. It's a beautiful day, and there's a restroom right here.
And then as you flew up the range, you flew over the Motorhome Glacier. And that Motorhome Glacier is that huge expansive glacier that comes off the east side of the mountain. And then up the Motorhome Glacier, you might have done a turn on the Trilica, and then over onto the Peters Glacier. And then that's where you were like right up against that north face, the Wickersham Wall. And the Wickersham Wall is roughly about 18,000 vertical rise, so it's the tallest or highest vertical rise of any mountain in the world. Practically, yeah, because it practically rises from sea level from about 2,000 feet, and then to about 20,000. So it's pretty. The vertical relief is pretty immense. And, yeah, so now you're in Kantishna. This is 92 miles at the other end of the park, the west end, and that's what you're seeing straight out the valley. Is the Wynns there is where the road ended.
What did you think
Of the flight?
of the flight?
The flight was super easy, no bumpy at all, I will say, and spectacular views. Like if you're in this area and you have the time to spend in this area, wait for a nice day to fly out. That is what we did. We have to wait a few days, but totally worth it, just the views alone. And right now in the fall, all the hills, they look all red and orange. I mean, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, the colors are popping right now, so we look forward to the bus ride back, and we've been told that there's been a lot of animal activity, so that should be good as well. Maybe, finally,
We get to see a bear.
we get to see a bear here in Alaska.
And this area, the lodge, is actually a super cute lodge. They have like the coffee and tea and snacks, and you can just like, if it's a cold day, just be warm inside. And I mean, it's just a pretty place too.
Yep, so we'll check out a little bit of the lodge here, and then we're going to jump on a bus and start our 6-hour trek out of the park.
It's gonna go by so fast.
I hope so. 6 hours on a school bus. Doesn't sound like a good idea.
It's gonna be on and off. Like we're gonna
that's
get
right.
off at the visitor center.
That is true.
And after that, it's like you can take whatever bus you want.
That is true. Okay. I feel better about that now.
Okay, good.
All right, we were just talking to Matt in the office there, and he said that he's got a little art gallery down here, art studio, so we're gonna go down and check it out. And he said that we should get a postcard. Where's Matt's art studio?
Keep going straight and you hit it. It's the
Fantastic.
Okay,
thank you, sir. All right. We've been orange building. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Wow. Lots of really cool art. Okay, Lori.
But
Matt said we could have one, so I think that would be a great idea for a giveaway, but let's we should probably buy one too.
yeah, it's just like choosing one is a problem. Because I want a lot of them.
How you doing today, sir?
Oh, wait a minute, that's a black bear. That is a black bear. Yep. It's a really big black bear. So the way you tell if it's a grizzly bear, I thought I saw a big hump and he was behind us, and so you tell by the hump on their shoulder. He's a big black bear, but it's a big black bear is what it is. Very large black bear. See him? So we don't see black bears as nearly as often as we see grizzly bears out here, okay? So that's a good opportunity. I'm glad we got to see one. You got to see your first bear on this trip, okay? Might see others, might not.
So Lorena, what was that we just saw?
We saw a black bear, a big black bear. From the far in distance, but still there.
Jumped off the bus here at the Eielson Visitor Center. And I'll wander around, check it out. Still insane views of the mountains.
Are crazy.
It's just absolutely incredible. What a neat way to see the park.
And it's like a safari, like a Denali safari.
Yeah,
We already saw 4 bears, 1 black and 3 grizzlies.
pretty cool. Views here from this Eielson Visitor Center are pretty spectacular, pretty hard to beat.
They are, and more in a clear day. That today started clear, now it's starting to get a little bit cloudy, as you can see. But you know what? It's like, we'll take it.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. That right there is Denali. So as you can see, you can only see a third of it. But the rest of the range is very much out in the open today and just looking spectacular. This here is pretty cool. This is 2 moose racks locked forever together. Check this out. You can even see where the one horn comes right through the eye socket. We are now at the Toldat Rest Stop Visitor Center, and Lori's playing with a rack.
my god, the moose one is super heavy. But this one is supposed to be like this, I think.
Nice rack, hon.
You had to go there.
I think you should try to pick up that moose rack again.
Top of my head. No. Heavy.
That is crazy. So we are off the bus, back to the Welcome Center, and time to hit the RV. What about right there? Can we go right up there?
Yeah. Here.
Lori's trying to take us into the maintenance shed. It's delirium after spending 6 hours on a bus.
I know, it's like my legs feel funny. It actually was faster than I thought. I think it's because you are seeing so much wildlife and
Yeah.
stuff like that time goes by pretty fast.
Wasn't too bad, but
Wasn't
time
that
to
bad.
leave Denali National Park. We're gonna head into town, grab some food, and then we're gonna roll up the road. We don't know where we're staying tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, before closing the chapter with Denali and the bus thing, we need to tell them just very briefly, keeping briefly, about the choices they have to see Denali.
All right, well, let's do that once we get in the RV.
Why, you're too cold?
It's cold out here. Okay, now we're in here where it's nice and warm. Now we can talk about Denali.
Well, just very briefly, Paul. Just saying. You guys know him. Anyway, Denali. Denali, the park, the first 15 miles of the park, you can access them with your car. So you can just go to certain hikes with your car, just park at the visitor center and use their transportation center basically in the front area.
Right.
But to go to the actual back of the park to see more of the wild and tundra and all that back there, you have to take a bus provided by the park.
Right.
But they charge you for it. So there's different ways to do that. I will say the most affordable way will be to take the green bus.
It's what's called the camper bus, and it's like hikers and campers and...
Not all of them are camper buses.
No?
No. It's just a hop on, hop off bus.
Okay.
The one that we were happened to be a camper bus.
Oh, okay.
But it's like that's the one is like I believe like about $40 per person, and you can just take it all the way in to the other visitor center, the Isleson Visitor Center, and then bring it, and they will bring you back. If you want to hop off early, you can tell the driver, let me get out like right here, and they will stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah, anywhere.
And they will drop you right there, and you can flag them down too, and they will pick you up too if they have space.
Yep.
So that's a cool thing. I think that's the most affordable. They will still stop for like photos with bears and all that stuff. So they will tell you there is like a moose or a bear or caribou, and they will stop for that. And they give you a little bit of information, but it's not a tour.
No, it's not a tour, no.
By any means. That brings me to the second option you have to actually take a tour. So there's like 4, 6, 8, and 12-hour tours that will take you in, and even in one of them, they will have a ranger talk to you and all that stuff. So those are pretty cool, but they're kind of pricey too.
Mm-hmm.
They're about like the most expensive one about like $200 per person, and they start I think about $100, $100 to $200. So that's another option, and it's also all bus. So the third day you're in the bus.
And the other option is the option we did.
We did,
Which is also fairly pricey.
Yes.
At $290 a person, $294 a person.
So
that's flying in.
Flying.
All the way into Kantishna, which is as far as you can go in the park.
Yes, and they also, if you want, they will provide food for extra $20. But and they will bus you back so you can see the wildlife. So going in, you can see the actual Denali, the mountains, and all the scenery. Totally different perspective, right? From up there, like all ice and glaciers and all that.
So you get to see the mountains, the glaciers, and all that kind of stuff. You don't
Coming-
see any wildlife, and
No.
then coming back is when you get to see
When
the
you
wildlife.
see the wildlife.
So you get kind of the best of both worlds.
Cuts your time to 6 hours basically
Yeah, 6 hours on a bus, an hour on an airplane, instead of
Yes.
12 hours on a bus, which
to get to Kantishna.
does not sound like fun
Yeah.
at all. But
So those are your
absolutely
ways.
beautiful
Yeah.
park, so much fun, so much cool stuff. We saw a couple of bears, like 12.
12? I thought it was 10.
Technically, well, we saw
Something.
personally 10, but they said they saw an extra one here and one there, and we didn't see them. So yeah, technically we only saw 10.
Yes. So
But-
just a few. Now we can leave Alaska happy because at least I saw those bears.
Yeah.
Even if it was from far. It's like
Saw
we
bears
got to see
tonight,
them.
all right, today, and we saw auroras last night. So
Yeah,
It's all good.
but it's like so. I think that's it on Denali. I have to say, a lot of people. Obviously,
remember we said earlier we're gonna keep this short.
most people will come here on the summertime, and that's very pretty time. And there's no such thing as a perfect time in Denali. Like even in the summer rains,
Right.
it can be crappy weather too. We happen to be here. Actually, it was 2 days of rain, but besides that, it has been great weather. And
Weather's
we
amazing.
got-
Cold
Cold. I mean chilly, but it's like it's not windy, it's not rainy, so
and
that has been
perfectly
great.
clear skies the last 2 days.
And the colors are changing. And
Ooh, the colors are amazing.
from the time that we got here, like literally 5 days ago,
Mhm.
until now, I mean, the colors have changed so much.
It's crazy.
Just ridiculous. So I'm happy about we happen to be here, September? Like, about 4 or 5 September, 4 September until now. That is like 9 September.
Yep.
So those are the dates a week before they close the park. Like, literally, they close the park.
Yes, they're next Thursday. It's done.
Yeah, it's
Everything's
done.
closing. People are leaving. They're all packing up their stuff and going back to the lower 48.
Yes, so it's like, but we're happy that we did it this time of the year because we got to see all the colors and all this stuff. So it's kind
Yeah.
of cool.
And I think that's where we'll end this one.
Yeah.
If
That
this
sounds
is your
good.
first time here, it'd be awesome if you hung out with us a little bit, got to know us, and that means they have to.
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button. It would be equally as cool if you liked the video. And we'll see you again next time. We're going to head up to Fairbanks now, grab some dinner, and if we see anything along the way, we'll let you guys know in the next video. But bye, guys.
Okay, bye, guys. I don't think we're making it to Fairbanks.
We're going to try.